Is it sort of like a man's goal to become perfect as Adam was in the beginning? Or that's not possible?
That depends on what you mean by perfect. You know, it does tell us in the Quran that we are supposed to aspire to become salihin. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. That we should work to perfect ourselves and excel people in al-haqq, which is the reality, and al-sabr, and to be patient. It tells us to work for salihat, to make ourselves perfect beings. Right? But that is only so we can prepare ourselves for the transition from human nature back into an angelic state. Because this is what Adam was originally, an angel. This is what Jesus said he was originally. He said, I came down from heaven. And that's what I'm going back to. He had descended down, and I'm going up. Jesus was an extraterrestrial. Christians just are trying to make him a God of earth, and he was telling them all the time, my spirit came from another dimension. You can call it what you want. He said, those are the earthly are earthly, and those are the spiritual are spiritual. Those from up there, and those from down here. Down here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us, through the guidance of his prophets, mainly the seal, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to perfect the way we live. And Jesus said right before Muhammad that the first stage of that is to learn to love one another as I love myself. We as people got to learn to love each other the way we love ourselves. And then we can start to perfect the way we live. But our goal, or I should say your goal, is to become angelic beings again. By the time you reach the next realm, you should have transformed yourself from a mortal to an angel. Luke 20:36 will tell you that.
Neither can they die anymore, for they are equal unto the angels, and are the children of God, being the children of the resurrection.
They're talking about at that resurrection, Jesus talking about, and remember he said he is the resurrection, correct? And even in Islam, we're taught that Father Rasulullah Muhammad, after Rasulullah Muhammad comes, then the Messiah Jesus will come at the end of the world to save the world. That's what it says in Islam. It teaches that. Muslims try to hide that. And it tells you when that resurrection stage comes, man is going to have a transformation period. He'll never die again. He'll be transformed from mortality into immortality. You will become angels again. My whole doctrine is like the doctrine of the Essenes. The Essenes study the nature of the angels. I am trying to teach y'all to take yourself from this stage of human nature to the next stage, to angelic being, so you can make that transition. This is what it's called for. If you don't, those that are mortal will go down with the world. Those that are spiritual will make the transition from this stage to the next. The hardest thing is to try to get y'all across the bridge of mortality over into immortality because you love the things of this world so much. And the things that I'm trying to give y'all are not of this world. They're from the Father. The Father is in me, and I am in the Father. And I am now trying to put that Father that's in me inside you so that you'll be in the Father. And that we all will be one in the Father. And then you will enter back into the domain of heaven. Without that, you are earthborn, and you will be cast into a lake of fire and sulfur with the devil, because you love him, and you love his image, and you bow to the things that he offers you, as opposed to the things that our Heavenly Father is trying to give us. And the thing that our Heavenly Father is trying to give us is salvation through love. And we cannot be individuals and love. Love is an outflowing force. And it has to interlock between beings. Everybody in that room has got to learn to love each other as much as they love themselves. You got to be able to look in your brother's eyes when you talk to them, so that you have a sincere expression. You got to learn to feel people from inside out. You got to learn to care again. And that will be the first stages of suppressing your mortality. It is your mortality, your mortal being, your physical being, that renders you such a carnivorous, self-centered, egotistical creature. But it's the Almighty who put his breath in us. In the beginning, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that he blew into man of his spirit, or he said the word became flesh and he put the spirit into man, that was angelic energy that is dormant in you. All I've come to do is to turn that light back on and let that light become the life in man, so that when I see you, I see the prophets. And when I see the prophets in you, I see the angels. And when I see the angels and the prophets in you, I see the Heavenly Father manifested in you. And that will only be out of your love, because it's out of his love for us It's out of his love for the world that he keeps sending men into the world to try to teach you. It's only because he loves you that he sends his sons down to earth that they could suffer, and some even die for you so that you can be saved. That's called love. You have got to learn to sacrifice. That's what it tells you. وَانْحَارْ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّا شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ Surely, أعطينا, we have given you al-Kawthar. Your cup is running over, abundant. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ So worship is لِرَبِّكَ, for the sustainer of the boundless universe, وَانْحَرْ, and sacrifice.